Hello again. Are you ready for English pronunciation? In this video, we will focus on two vowel sounds that are often confused by non-native speakers of English, the U and U sounds. These two sounds can be tricky to differentiate, but with some practice and guidance, you'll be able to master them and improve your English. We'll start by breaking down the sounds and exploring their individual characteristics. Then, move on to practicing their correct pronunciation in various words and phrases. So, if you're ready to improve your English pronunciation and sound more like a native speaker, let's get started. You are in Certify English, and from here on out, I'm going to be your personal English coach. Every week, you will have relevant, useful, and practical information to increase your level and reach your English goals. Before we start, take a look at these videos so you can have a wide perspective of how pronunciation works. Now, let's go to the point. On the screen, you have some words that seem to be pronounced the same. Pause the video and say them aloud. And if possible, record yourself so you can compare your pronunciation at the beginning from this video to the final results. Maybe they are the same for you, but there are differences in the sound. This sound is not that difficult since we have a similar sound in Spanish, but remember that there may be some differences from speaker to speaker. The technical name for this sound is close back rounded vowel. Yeah, try to remember that forever. This refers to the fact that the sound is made with the tongue position close to the back of the mouth, the lips rounded, and the vocal cords vibrating. But in Certified English, we call it U. Very simple. It's time to know how it is produced. Remember to pick your mirror so you can check and confirm you are doing it right. Now, step number 1. Close your mouth so we start at the same point. Step number 2. Make your lips into a tunnel shape. You will see in the mirror that your lips are round, and something else happens naturally. Your jaw will drop. Before we move to step number 3, let's practice between step number 1 and number 2. So close your mouth and open it from a tunnel shape with round lips and your jaw drop. Practice until you get it. Fortunately, this movement is typical in the Spanish vowel production. Ready? Step number 3. Produce the sound letting the air from your lungs go through. Listen. Ooh. 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 This sound is really easy, especially because the sound is equivalent to Spanish U, but the process is relevant for the next sound and future sounds. So, the sound at this point is easy, but the spelling is tricky and requires practice. Number 1. Words containing OO, OU, OE, UE, or EW. For example, OO, foot, OU, group, OE, shoe, UE, blue, UE, new. Next, words spelled with U or EU. For example, music or new. In these words, you can listen to the sound Y, which is common with this spelling. Other words such as fruit, juice, and to in its 3 forms has the same pronunciation. To, the same. To, the number, and to, preposition. Finally, if you are practicing spelling, the pronunciation for the vowel is U. Finally, if you are practicing spelling, the pronunciation for the vowel is U, with the intrusive Y. Here you have 6 phrases to practice your pronunciation with the sound U. Pause the video and say them aloud. Now you have the phrases and their pronunciation for those words that have an intrusive Y. Pause the video and practice. Remember to read them aloud. Let's continue. In contrast to the previous sound, we don't have this sound in the Spanish phonology, so we have to practice if we want to sound correctly. The technical name for the vowel sound is near, close, near, back, rounded vowel. Yeah, try to learn that forever. This refers to the fact that the sound is made with the tongue positioned slightly closer to the front of the mouth compared to the previous sound, and the lips rounded. while the vocal cords vibrate. And this is the phoneme in the IPA. Here, in Certify English, we call it omega U, because it is very similar to the omega symbol, but the other way around. Remember that these names were given by the students I have had over the pronunciation courses, therefore they are not official, but fun and practical to name them. Now let's practice the sound. Take your mirror so you can see the slight differences between the U and the omega U. Step number 1. Close your mouth. Pay attention and relax, very important. Step number 2. Make your lips into a tonal shape, very similar to the previous sound. However, in this time you must relax a little bit. Not so much that you lose the round shape, not so tight that it stays the same as the U sound. Step number 3. This step is really easy because as you relax your lips, your tongue relaxes as well. So step number 3 is basically an extension of step 2 and can help you identify if you are too relaxed or too tight. Step number 4. Press your stomach. This sound is produced as an explosion, and the easiest ways to do it is by pressing your stomach as if you were to receive a punch. Then the sound will naturally be produced. Listen. U, U, U. Step number 5. Practice until you get the sound isolated. You should listen to a uniform explosion, very similar to the U sound. Obviously, there are some differences. Listen to them. U, U. If you have practiced enough, it is time to check the spelling, and here it comes confusing. So, number 1, when you see words with U or O, for example, sugar, book. So, the spelling is very similar to the previous sound. Unfortunately, you must practice, and little by little you will get the words, the patterns, and the instinct, in some cases, to differentiate them. Number 2, modals. Would, should, and could. These words are extremely important because you cannot get rid of them, and their pronunciation can make a huge differences between you, who knows the right pronunciation, and others who just read and imagine the pronunciation and have a complete interference from Spanish sounds. Check the beginning sound. We have w, sh, k, and the L is silent. Here you have the right pronunciation, so it is would, should, could. Listen them again and practice them. Would, should, could. Here you have some phrases that focus on the omega U. Pause the video and read them aloud. Now you have the omega U identified for your convenience. Pause the video, read them aloud, and come on, do it right. Okay, after this quick explanation, I know you can pronounce these words just right. Try them now. Okay, let me pronounce them for them. Full, 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 full. More challenge. I have these tongue twisters so you can train harder on your control. Read them slowly and try to identify the right U in every case. Pause the video and have fun. Here you have the U sound identified. Pause the video and read them again. Here I have another one. Pause the video. Now the sounds are identified. Please read them again. Okay, this one is the hardest because this is only omega U. So please pause the video, read them aloud. In here, you have the pronunciation detected. So please pause the video and read it again. Remember, this is omega U. Oh no, so much practice for you. No excuses to develop your pronunciation you wish. The code on the left, as usual, for a practice in a classroom or your friends, and the code on the right for your personal practice. Play, enjoy, learn, and share. In conclusion, the vowel sounds U and U may sound very similar, but they are actually two distinct sounds in the English language. By understanding the differences between them and practicing their pronunciation, you can improve your English pronunciation and communication skills. Remember to pay attention to the position of your tongue and lips when making these sounds, and practice using them in different words and phrases. With time and practice, you can master these sounds and speak English with greater clarity and confidence. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope this has helped you a lot. And see you next video. Certify English, English for your goals.